Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lamisha and I am a third year registered nurse, and today's topic is going to be about the NCLEX. So if you're interested in how I pass the NCLEX and tips on how you can pass the NCLEX, then just keep on watching. So I graduated from nursing school back in November of 2022. And I sat for my NCLEX in February of 2023. So in between November of 2022 and February of 2023 came a lot of preparation. Now, what I want to say first before going into anything is don't let your peers influence when you take the NCLEX. And what I mean by that is once everyone's graduated, everybody's trying to see, oh, when are you taking your test? I'm taking my test so-and-so day. What are you doing to prepare? Oh, I changed my test date. Everybody's in competition. I don't know why that is, but during nursing school, everyone's in competition. After nursing school, everyone's in competition, right? Because now you're competing for who's going to get your license first, who's going to get their job first, all this stuff. It's too much. And then you get into the real nursing world. And don't even get me started there because it's competition 24/7, especially if you're a woman. So that's something to look forward to. But in any case, don't let anyone influence when you take your NCLEX. I had people who were rushing to take their NCLEX and trying to take it at the same time that their friends did, and they didn't pass. And then when they didn't pass and they found out that everyone else around them passed, they were super stressed out about it. Some people didn't even want to go back and take the exam again, and they still haven't, and it's been years. So don't let that be you. Take it when you're ready. Give yourself time. If you schedule your exam and you're not ready to take your exam when the time comes around, reschedule it. And if it takes even more pressure off of you, don't tell anybody when you're taking your NCLEX. Some people don't want to see you win. So schedule your NCLEX, schedule it in private. Don't tell anybody when you're thinking about taking it. If you do want to tell someone around when you're taking it, don't tell them the exact date, and let that be that. Trust me. Because I can tell you that from first-hand experience. And now, as far as preparation goes, what I did to prepare is I used UWORLD. UWORLD, I would recommend time and time and time and time again. Absolutely amazing. The questions are amazing. The rationales are amazing. I do have to say that when I first started doing my review, I was, writing down the rationales for the ones that I didn't know. And it got to a point where towards the end of my studying, I was like, I can't keep writing down all the rationales word for word, but I would take out key points. The biggest thing that they want you to know when taking your NCLEX is that you're being safe. Safety is the top priority. So whether it's safety of which patient you're going to see first, which patient is critical, or which ways you should, what's the safest way to do a procedure or safe, it's all about safety. Long story short, it's just all about safety. So know your safety stuff. I did about 40 questions a day. That's how I would study, 40 questions a day roughly if I could. I did also get suckered into buying Archer because I wanted to have all the resources at my fingertips, and everybody was saying this works better and something else works better, and I just wanted to make sure that I had the best so that I could pass my exam. Girl, when I tell you I barely used Archer, I hardly even touched it. But I did appreciate that they did have some practice quizzes on there. So if that's something that interests you, go with Archer. But guess what? UWorld offers the same thing. They offer practice questions so you can see where you're at and what's your probability of passing NCLEX after studying, or during studying. So for me personally, I say go with UWorld. I also did utilize the Mark Klemic lectures. People are saying that they're outdated, but some things just don't change. There's certain processes and ways of doing things that just don't change. He talks about a lot of high yield questions, so I definitely think it's worth the time listening to the Mark Klemic lectures if you can find them. I took my NCLEX a few years ago, so I don't know if I still have access to the ones that I was using, but if I do find them, I will drop them down in the comment box below. Another form of studying that I used was the NCLEX High Yield podcast. And he was great for offering study tips as well as trying to narrow down how you should study for NCLEX. For example, you want to do the questions in the question banks that have the most questions. You want to start there and then work your way through from the most amount of questions to the least amount of questions. The reason for that being is because these exams are highly based off of what the real NCLEX is like, and you want to make sure that you cover all the high yield items first and what you will most likely be tested on. So start with that, knock that out, and then work your way down. And honestly, you always want to work from hardest to easiest. So like if that has the most questions, hit that first, then the next most amount of questions, hit that second, and so on and so forth. I think that is the best way to set yourself up for success. So that would be my next recommendation. I feel like those were the main things that I did to prepare for NCLEX. I did pass my NCLEX on the first try. I can say there were some select all that apply questions on the exam. So when answering select all that apply, I'm sure you've heard this before, but just answer it as true or false. Look at each question and go, is this true or is it false? If it's true, it's most likely a part of the answer. If it's false, most likely not part of the answer. Unless they're asking you for a question that says except for, right? Because except for means something, this is something that you don't want to see. So pay attention to the wording on the NCLEX. It's super important. That's how they trip you up, is just with the wording. And then if you find yourself getting more and more and more and more of the same question during the NCLEX, you're probably missing something. So do your best, take a breath, slow down. They give you 3 hours to take the exam, so you have more than enough time to, answer the questions. And what I did the day before my exam is I tried my best to relax. The day of my exam, I just meditated. I was calm. Meditation's big for me. I meditate now, even as a nurse. I meditate during my breaks because I work in such a high stress environment. So meditation is always great. And then even before my test date, I went down to see where the testing center was so that I knew how to get there. There would be no issues. And then just relax. When you go inside the testing center, they don't allow you to take anything in. Usually they'll tell you to put it into a locker. They'll give you a locker or leave it in your car. And only bring your ID, because you'll need your ID, and any other testing material that they ask you to bring. Other than that, don't bring anything else. You can't bring your cell phone. You can't bring a digital watch. You can't bring anything that you could use to cheat. So just stay away from it. When I got home from the day of my test, I cried. I told my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, I was like, I don't know how I did. I was stressing out and I was just bawling my eyes out. And then I was doing the Pearson review trick to see like if I passed, or the NCLEX trick to see if I passed. I did get the green light that I did pass my NCLEX, but I still wasn't sure because I hadn't gotten my final test results. And then a few days later, I got my test results that I passed my exam. So I will make a I'll make a short form video on the NCLEX trick to see if you passed. I don't know if it's still accurate to this day, but if it is, cool.
Here I'm here, now I'm working as a registered nurse. With the next gen, and you don't know the differences if they have case studies now, but guess what? We won't have case studies because again, all these exams mimic the NCLEX. So my recommendations again, UWORLD, Mark Clinic, and NCLEX High Yield. So
if you have any other questions about the NCLEX, feel free to drop them down below in the comments. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. In the meantime, take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. I love you so much. Bye.